That is still hot. All right. All right. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Okay. So, what are we doing? What are we doing today? That's the question. That is the question. All right. Well, let's actually we have a board for that. We have a board for that. Now, if you remember Monday? Yeah, yesterday? That's why it feels just like yesterday. It was yesterday. Yesterday, we did something, and we made the very basics of a Discord bot. Let me pull that up. Actually, I don't think we committed that code, so shame on me. Let's commit that code. Let's commit that code. We did a lot of copy and pasting. But we made a Discord bot, and it was a lot of fun. And we figured out how to make a Discord bot, which like 90% of this was actually clicking through the developer portal for Discord and actually understanding how to do that. So we did that, and I think today, let me show you. This is it. I think today, what we want to look at doing is getting this set up to run in our cloud. So I actually have a cloud, and I think what we can do is look at make a deployment for the bot, because it doesn't run right now, and we want it to run always. And we could be lame and just go over to Linode and just run it there, but that's not how we roll. We're going to make a deployment for our Kubernetes cluster that runs locally. I run one bare metal. Actually, you know what? This is a brand new install, so I'm learning Arch Linux. This is a brand new install on a brand new computer, and it doesn't have access to it, so we're going to have to do that first. Actually, we don't even have to do that because I do have automation in place. It uses Argo CD. Have you guys ever seen Argo CD? I like Argo CD quite a bit. Wow, okay, this one. I like Argo CD quite a bit, and it uses this. So actually, all we have to do is update some manifest files, and it will automatically get deployed, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So what are we going to do today? Well, we have our cloud, our deployments. We're going to go ahead and check this code out and make a new deployment in here for our bot. So this is our bot, but let's see. Let's open up WesTerm. Let's go into our code. This is where, like I said, I'm a monster. I check everything out into the same directory. It makes some things fantastic. It makes some things terrifying. It's fantastic, but at some point I want like a temp, and so then I just have temp in there as well. It's fantastic. So, get, like I said, brand new install. Don't even have all the projects pulled out on this. It's fantastic. I am working on the stream. I haven't live streamed coding. It makes me super nervous to live stream code and whatnot. So I haven't done this a whole lot. So I do, anytime that you guys have anything that you think would be helpful, that you think would be awesome, that would make the stream better, please let me know. Happy to do what I can. My number one on my YouTube videos, when I ask people, they're like, "Oh, can you do more animations?" And I'm like, no, I'm not an animator. If I was, I would make videos on how to animate crap. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have it. I'm super good at naming stuff, so wait. Oh, null cloud deployments. That was great. All right, so we have our apps and we have our deployments. Really, we can look at our deployments, which if you look in here is really just my website. It's a really bad website, but we're going to actually use ChatGPT and some other stuff to make it better. By the way, if you're new here, what are we doing? Well, we have this work. I should put this. I'm going to put this in the chat so you can check it out. It's a pretty lightweight right now. We can put more details in later. But you can pull it up. It's there. So what it is we want to do a lot of stuff. We want to learn stuff, but what we mostly do is we write Rust, Go, Kubernetes, and machine learning. Those are the things that I'm interested in learning. And those are the things I do. Now, right now, I am learning scikit-learn as well as PyTorch. And we're looking on doing some audio stuff, maybe audio visual to do automated. It's this idea here, this automated auto YouTube timeline generator. So for my live streams, I would love something to automatically generate a timeline for us. And that's kind of the end of the year goal. But we have stuff to do before that. The other thing is I have a cloud. So we could go to the nullcloud.io and you can check out my cloud. This is my cloud. Now, it doesn't provide anything just yet, but I actually would like to make it provide stuff that we as a community can use. So some of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to run the bot, and it's going to run there, which is just going to look at mine. But then I think it would be cool. We can actually do the work to make the bot that we write basically as a service. So anybody could spin up their own bot, null bot, and it can run on their server. I'm not going to promise that it's any better than anybody else's bot, but it is a place where we can learn and experiment, and you can be a part of that learning and experimenting. And yeah, we're going to put some machine learning behind the bot, and we'll see where it takes us. Another thing that I would like to do with the null cloud eventually, I think this is probably a next year, but I want to think about how clouds do clouds. Honestly, I haven't seen any innovation there. You could talk about lambdas. When did AWS launch lambdas? 2014. AWS launched lambdas in 2014. I want to say that okay, if Google is to be trusted. 1 second. We can always check. I like checking. This was me I've always found it's best to get ChatGPT warmed up. So, you always ask, are you fully operational? Yes. I always want to say she's fully operational. I don't know why. Yes, it's fully operational. It doesn't like asking if you're sure. I think there's a conspiracy here. It doesn't like that. Anyways, then I ask it some math, and now we can ask it when did it should be 2014, November. Is that? Yeah, November. Nice. Okay, so I think the last major innovation was in November 2014. To be honest, everybody that's out there doing some cloud SaaS provider thing is basically barking down that. Look at DigitalOcean, look at Linode, and this is not knocking them. They provide services. AWS still is innovating in that. They've added their cognitive service and stuff, but it's not really innovating how we run our applications. And so what I want to take a step back and think about is, like, for me as a website creator, or as a Android and iOS app developer, can we make a cloud that's simpler but as powerful, that really takes that paradigm and shifts it on your head. If you watched my video, I have a YouTube channel if you haven't seen it. If you watch my YouTube channel, I'm actually critical on microservices. Not that I don't like them. I think that they're really powerful. I think that they're really hard to do. And I don't like Lambda as the solution. I don't think Lambda is the solution to it. And I want to think about how we could make it so that somebody could do something like that, but not like Lambda. I like Fargate, and so that's something that I've seen AWS, all of the major cloud providers, as well as DigitalOcean has done this. I don't know that Linode has done this. I can check. I don't want to. But what they do is basically like let you run a container as a service and kind of handle everything else for you in the background. These app deployments. But I don't think that that's really, and they scale it or whatnot on your behalf automatically for you, which is really cool. But I don't know that that's real innovative. Innovative is the word. And so I want to think about that. I want us to fix that. So yeah. And this is what I got for Linode. I clicked on the first link. Of course, it was an ad with a landing page. Products. Let's see. Yep, that was the news one. Not bad. Let's see. Compute, Kubernetes, edge workers. So yeah, maybe edge worker is the recent innovation is bringing stuff to the edge. I'm not saying there's not innovation, but I mean like true, like, let's rethink how we deploy an application. Let's rethink how microservices work. Is there a way that we can get the benefits of microservices without all of the bloat of microservices? You'll see things like Istio as the solution, and Istio is just patching a problem you have once you've gone down that path. Anyways, the null cloud, super simple. Super simple. All right. Yeah, so let's see. I don't even know if I can actually remote into those machines. That's right. It's really cool. This is actually running on my computer. You hopefully can't get my IP address. It's not running on my computer. I actually run servers, kind of. I need to do a video on the null cloud, what it is, how it works. I really wanted to have an actual service that it ran before I announced it on my YouTube channel. I know that we've talked about it as far as like live chats and stuff, but anyways, let's make a deployment for it. Let's do that. All right. We will now we'll just do it straight on main. Yeah, we'll just do it straight on main. All right, so what do we need to do? Oh, so I was thinking about this. We need a way. We have a problem here. So this is our very rough, this is our bot. And all it does is it reads every single message and it replies with ping. This isn't great. We really actually want to start implementing the command and have it run on command. But the other thing that I find interesting with this is when I'm testing. We could have a different server just for testing it, a different Discord server that's used just for testing. But what I was thinking is we actually make some configuration here. So when it's running in dev mode, it only operates on the Discord bot testing channel. That's what I was thinking. That way we can run them together. And then we can either exclude the Discord bot testing channel in the production one, or, in the Discord bot testing channel, we can get, responses from both and it's okay. I think that's also an acceptable thing. So we need to start adding some configuration here because as of right now, it doesn't have any configuration. But I guess we don't need that for what we'll need is a container. So let's add a container. We'll add a Docker file here. Yep. That's yes, we want to install the recommended. It's Microsoft. I'm sure that they don't have security problems. It's fine. It's fine. All right, installed the Docker one. I'm lazy. Let's copy and paste some Docker. Let's see. Rust Docker file. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Let's see. What is the best base container image for Rust? I actually don't build a bunch of Rust containers. I do a lot of Go in my professional. We broke it. We broke it. Let's just refresh that. What is the best base container image for Rust? So yeah, I think usually I just go with Ubuntu, which is kind of a sledgehammer approach. Do Rust latest. Hey, this is pretty good. Can you write me a basic Rust Docker file? I don't know why it stops scrolling sometimes. All right. Let's see. So they're making a user source app. They're setting their working directory to that. They're copying their entire code base there. They're running cargo build with release. That's good. And then they're setting their binary. Let's just try that. This is going to take a little. Let's see. This is in target release. Your binary name. What is our binary name? I think it's nullbot. We'll check in just a second. Nullbot. Boom diggity. All right. So yeah, let's test that out. Let's see. I think I want to say this will work. I feel like I'm missing something. This seems like too few lines. 1 second. I need the terminal. Wait. Discord bot. Oh, you know what? Docker is probably not installed on this machine. I am guessing right now Docker is not installed on this machine. I don't use Arch, so I'm just learning Arch right now. And I'm not told it to. I told it to install like the dev stuff, but I bet it's not. Let's see. We'll just call this nullbot dev. And we'll build the local directory. That's where it is. Yep, Docker not found. All right. So now all we have to do, easy peasy, we're just going to ask, how do I install Docker on Arch? Now, some of you guys might be wondering why I'm doing this. I'm actually gathering a lot of data for AIs and what they mean for engineers. And maybe more importantly, how to leverage them. Because what you have to understand is when it is wrong, it's wrong in such a way where it seems right. And I'll show you one just as an example. I actually have one, unless if they fixed it, because I have said that it was wrong. Let's see. Installing Docker on Arch Linux is really straightforward. Here are general steps you can follow. Okay, so what you can do is you can say here, how do I run a workflow workflow, a GitHub workflow on a non-default branch. One second. That's not exactly what I meant. One second. On a via the CLI. Oh, it's still generating. All right, stop that. Stop that. It's not using the CLI, not the GitHub CLI. So then you can be like, okay, well, this was my mistake. So let me ask it via the GitHub CLI. So how do I run a GitHub workflow or GitHub action on a non-default branch via the GitHub CLI? Okay. So if you hadn't thought about it, you might think that that was the right way of doing it. And then it goes and does this. This is wrong. Let me be clear. This is just straight up wrong. It says it with such confidence. It's going out there and saying, this is what you do. Go for it. Be free. Enjoy and live life. It's wrong, though. It's absolutely wrong. This GitHub run is not what you want here. You want GitHub workflow. It's not branch. It's R. It's R for ref. So it's --ref or -r. So like there are many things wrong with this command. It's not the one that you actually want to use. And the only reason I'm pointing this out is I think that this is an awesome tool to use. And we're using it. But I do think that you have to use it with a brain on your head, or else you're going to get into cases like this where you blindly think this is the way to use the CLI. Because I asked to use the CLI, and it showed me how to use curl. Now, interesting thing here, curl actually gets it right. It actually says ref. So this is actually, I don't know that this one would work because I didn't go through getting my bearer token, but it seems like it would work. But again, that's what I'm saying. It seems like it. Yeah, anyways. Moving on. Let's go back up here. We're testing this out. I want to install. I don't need to know how to. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this works. All right, I have just upgraded before today. I got my new network card in, so that's pretty sweet. Hopefully, no network issues. Everything seems to be running quite smoothly. They do have a Docker. Sweet. Look at those megabytes fly. All right, start the Docker daemon. Is it really not started by default after install? Why is the R not showing there? Interesting. Well, Docker's installed, but it's not running. Perfect. Okay. I want to see some official documentation. Let's go find that. Arch Linux Docker install. I don't want Docker desktop. Really? They made Docker desktop for Linux? I just want Docker Community Edition. Oh no, what have they done? I don't want Docker desktop. I thought that was just a Windows thing. I do believe they started doing it for Linux, but I don't want it. Oh no, they don't support Arch. Oh, okay. An experimental package is available for Arch-based distributions. This is one reason I love Ubuntu is everybody supports Ubuntu. It's amazing. I love how they're like install GNOME terminal. Even in GNOME. So I installed GNOME. I'm probably gonna switch back to S3, but I installed GNOME and it doesn't come with GNOME terminal for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay. Well, this is garbage. So for anybody that doesn't know, what the now does is it also starts it, so you don't have to run start afterwards. So it does it in one fell swoop. All right. Let's see. Docker build. All right, I can just. Permission denied. Okay, that's fine. So we didn't add it to the Docker group. Let's ask ChatGPT. How to add user to the Docker group. Actually, let's see. This is, where was it? Oh, it's up here. It's up here. Yeah. Okay, they had it. This is in the standard Docker install. I just don't know where the standard Docker install is on the website. All right, so this is going to require us to log out and log in again for the effects to take effect. But you can actually like force this around. How to, one second. How to add user to the Docker group. Let's just ask that. There's actually a way, another error. But I don't want to log out. Ah, this will change the current group. Okay, that's. I couldn't remember what that was. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Beautiful, beautiful. When we log out, when we log back in, it will be correct anyway. So this is kind of just a. This was the important work here, but this was the. I don't want to log out and back in again. Let's see. Let's build. Let's build. How is everyone doing this evening? I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. I think when I build, this could be giving some delay latency. I have found this to be true. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it still comes through just fine. I feel like when I build, this can come make my all of it can come crashing down. My stream can. I think it's because of this compiling here, where Rust is gonna like suck in all of these dependencies. Actually, let's watch that. Can we do? That's fairly. It's not too bad. I heard the fans kicking up, so I knew it was working. I love how misleading these lines are. Like there can be like 3 lines, like, or maybe there's like 20 lines total, and it'll be like at 0.3, and it will have a line. But here, this one's at like 2%, and it didn't have any lines. I don't know where it gets how many lines to put up there, but it's super misleading sometimes. Super misleading. Hey, Russell. Yeah, I installed Docker. I realized I had never installed Docker on it yet. So yeah, that was. I mean, like I said, I just installed this with you all. So, I got. Check this out, Russell. It's my gigabyte. It's my gigabyte PCIe Ethernet card. So it's been working so far. So far so good. So yeah, we installed Docker because I was building. If you weren't here for the beginning, Russell, yeah, and I know it's late, so definitely get out of here as soon as I show you. We are building a release for it, so we're building an Argo CD release for it. I'm not sure if we'll get all of it. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, I'm not sure we'll get all of it done today, but that's what we started. I also went over some of the stuff that we're going to have to do here to make it configurable so that we can run it in dev and production at the same time. So I don't know if we'll start on that tonight. I want to write some more code tonight. Be testing out our tab 9. So wait, GNOME has a system monitor? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? Oh my gosh. I never knew this. Look at this beautiful. Sometimes I think the stream kind of cuts out when I do a cargo build that's brand new or a Docker build that's brand new. That's why I had the system monitor pulled up. Look at that network graph. Beautiful. I did not know this. Nice. This does let you. I want to have this up the next time I do a big Docker build because I wanted to see how it utilizes it. I'm pretty happy with his new AMD CPU. Like price performance. It's been a huge difference because like the last thing that I had was an 8-year-old i7 that had like 2 cores. And so like the multi-thread ability of this is amazing. Yeah. All right. So our container worked. Now all we have to do is build a deployment. Now I had done this and I'm not sure I like this. So maybe we'll stop doing this. I had done this for our deployment here. Actually, let's open up in Visual Studio. We'll do a new window. I'm a monster like that. I like to have oh no, it's not letting me open things. Not letting me select a menu. All right. Let's just try that. Ah, there we go. Okay. Um, I'm not sure that I like how I did this. So let me show you how I did it, and then we can talk about how it was. It's both good and bad. All right, so this is the entire deployment of the null cloud. The idea was that this repository, which CPU is it? It's the AMD. It's an AMD. Please don't ask me this. No. I can tell you in just a second. It is like if you I went through and looked at them. It's the one that was of their latest models, the one that was the best bang for buck. Like it's not the highest end one. It's like 2 down from it, I think. Latest AMD. Maybe it's the set. I want to say it's the 7900, not the 7950X. So there's like the 7950X. There's the 7900. There's the 7950X, 7950, and then the 7900. And I think I got the 7900. So it's very nice. Actually, I need to fix that. How do I let's go settings. Light mode is horrible. Light mode is horrible. Where is that? Is it an appearance? Ah, there we go. Oh, thank goodness. That was killing me because you know what kills me the most about light mode is my freaking website that I made should not have a light mode. But see, this is what it's supposed to look like, but when your OS is in light mode, it does this horrible version of this. This is what it's supposed to look like. And anyways, it still looks horrible. It's still fantastically horrible. But you know what? Hopefully next week, I think we're going to do a whole UI refresh, and I'm going to see if ChatGPT can help me and tab 9. Or maybe next week we might switch over. Well, I don't know. We'll switch over to the Code Whisperer or one of the other ones. Okay, so back to my original thing. But yes, I do think that it was a great price point, and like I upgrade my CPU once every 8 years, so I like that I got onto the PCI 5, where I'm only using 2 slots of memory. I can add 2 more sticks in a couple of years if I need more memory. I don't really think I'll need more than 64, but in 3 years or 4 years, if I need 128, I can go up to that. I didn't upgrade my GPU. I don't know that I'm going to at this point. Yeah. And then I got a PCI, a latest hard drive. So like I have some blazing fast editing. I got the hard drive for video editing specifically because I was like, yeah, I'm doing video editing. I enjoy it and I have fun. And so it makes a huge difference to video editing. So I spend a lot of money on that, actually. Those were not cheap. Well, I also got a 2 terabyte drive because I was doing video editing and the videos like can be like 20 gigs. And if I have like 3 or 4 videos, it takes up a lot of space. Okay, I'll do that. That will be a ton of fun to do either for my Saturday stream. Maybe I'll do that for my Saturday stream because more people can join. So maybe that's what I'll do on Saturday. I have to get ChatGPT to give me what I want. I've got to use it. And if I don't want it, I have to figure out ways to ask it to make it. We'll at least try. I'll give it an honest go for it. Especially because it can't be worse than me. at UI development. So like honestly, it's gonna be better no matter what. Like it cannot be worse than me at front end development. It just yeah. At least for a week. Okay, so all next week. Oh, okay. But that means if I start it Saturday, I get to stop and not do that for the next Saturday. That's the deal. From Saturday to Friday. Okay. I'll do it. Whole week. I'll just name my streams ChatGPT programming. People will think I'm programming on it, but I'm actually just using it to program. Okay. This sounds like a great video. I'm going to make a video after it. All right, so what I dislike here, what I've done here, and what I dislike about this. So this is actually really nice. Basically, everything is in a single place. And yeah, I just dumped everything in here because really, I have one deployment, the null website. But and we could add another deployment here, you know, and I would probably do something like new folder, null bot. I probably should stop putting null in front of everything. Null web. And then, you know, this goes in here in the web, move, done. And then we'll make a deployment for the null bot here. And this is nice because it makes the entire state of my cloud in one place. There's one place that's the gatekeeper of if something gets deployed. If you want to make a deployment to the null bot, it's here. If you want to make a deployment to the null web, it's here. The inverse side of this that gets tricky is the code that makes that new deployment doesn't live here. And so I've artificially put this thing behind it. So the deployment doesn't exist by the code. So, you know, the null bot code is right here and its deployment code would be here. So I don't have any I don't have like a deploy file here. So I don't like this, but I also like it. I feel like I need to make a tweet about this and get people's feedback. Oh, you meant that I had to keep it for a week. Oh, dude, you've seen my UI. I will probably keep it. I will probably only front end develop via ChatGPT after that. That will be that way I front end develop is ChatGPT. I really don't know what I'm doing in the front end. It's a little bit embarrassing. I feel like I probably should know more than I do, but I don't. So I like working on the website a little bit because I am learning that way. So I think, and I think this is polarizing, I think that I want to try to go with Tailwind. I think it's called. I think that it looks horrifying. But a lot of people seem to really like it. It looks heavyweight, like you have to install stuff. Let me ask ChatGPT. Should I use Tailwind? It's been doing that today. There was an error. So, yeah, every time I look at it, I'm like, holy crap, this is gross. Like we got rid of CSS by putting it all in line. And to me it looks really gross. Now there are and this is what I hate, like there are a lot of YouTube content creators out there really pushing Tailwind, and I don't know if anyways, I don't know. So I thought like I would give it an honest try maybe. This does look really gross to me though. To be honest, like I don't mean that meanly, but like I don't know. It feels I have an updated blog template that looks nice, but the CSS class is littered everywhere. It looks ugly. Yeah, and so like, I get where I feel like CSS also isn't quite. I don't know. The whole web front end is a mess in my opinion. Like I feel like it's just a mess. Then there was like Microsoft has this thing I didn't know about. Microsoft WSASM tool. What is it called? Blazor. I don't write C sharp. I think it's C sharp. 1 second. I think I would prefer to write C sharp over JavaScript and so I don't know. I don't know. The front end really confuses me. The front end kills me. Blazor's been around for a while. See, I'm not a front end person. I really am not. I didn't know about it until recently. I thought it was new. So, anyways, my website's not too far along. As you can see, this is hideous. The only good part about it is where it takes you away from it. So I thought maybe it was a time for me to learn and experiment and try some of those other things, because obviously I could use a template and it would be easier and I'd get a better looking thing, but that's not the goal of doing all of this. The goal of doing all this is to actually learn something. So, yeah. Leptos, I tried U. Actually, if you look at the code for the website, there's actually a U folder. This folder was my epic failure at at writing it in U. I got it to work, but I couldn't make it look. It looked like garbage, and this is what looks good comparatively. So let's see. Me folder. No, you, YEW. Sorry, not you. I don't know. Is it pronounced you? I don't know what YEW is. Look, I speak English as a first language. Don't hold me to understanding English. You said leptos? Does it give you like acid? That's Peptos. Sorry, that was my bad. Let's see. Leptos. Is it a front end? Leptos is a full stack isomorphic Rust web framework leveraging fine-grained reactivity to build declarative user interfaces. What does that mean? Thank you. Thank you. Full stack. What do they mean by isomorphic? Leptos provides primitives to write isomorphic. You can't use number one rule of defining a word. You can't use the word while defining the word. I actually don't know if I like this. So I know what they're talking about, and Probably because I'm not a front end person, never heard the word isomorphic used for this. I don't know that I actually like this because I feel like this causes confusion as to whether you're actually calling it on the back end or the front end. At least, so like Next.js does that. That's what mine is built on, and that's what I have some experience. I have some experience with React and Next.js, and they're also isomorphic. And I feel like then it gets confusing. Well, whoa, 1 second. Not React. React is not. It's just a front end. But Next is, and one of my complaints would be with Next is this very thing, is that it gets confusing as to what's a server side and what's a client side. Now maybe they have a good way of handling that, and then it's good. Leptos provides most of what you need to build a modern web. Most. What does it not provide? A reactive system, a templating library, and a router that works on both server and client side. Fine-grained reactivity. The entire framework is built from reactive primitives. It's logic. Okay. Let's do this one day. One day we'll just make a base website. Oh yeah, assign me. No, I wanna type. I wanna type. Gosh dang it. Please let me type. All right, there we go. All right. Spend 2 hours recreating your terrible site with this. We'll try this one stream. I'm happy to do that. Give it a shot. It's not like I'm too invested in this in this. They got this working. That was it. Yeah. So, cool. Has 5,000 stars. That's pretty awesome. Assign it to ChatGPT. Can I? 1 second. Can I sign that? No. Oh no, it doesn't. It has to be like somebody a part of the group. Do they have a dark theme? They should have a dark theme. It's probably only in the paid. Huh. Yeah, can't assign work to ChatGPT. Can you a integration with Notion.so for ChatGPT so I can assign tasks? Of course, an error occurred. 1 second. It's been really bad today. Does it know that it's not? I don't know that this is a fact. I don't know. Ticket system failure. I agree. All right, 1 second. We're working on deployment for bot. Boom. Done. 5 prompts at most before failure. It's weird because it seems like it's just a refresh thing. But like it hard fails. Like it deletes this and everything, but it just needs to like refresh its connection. And I feel like it's something to do with like it almost feels like you have a WebSocket. This failed super hard on me. This one, the run the workflow on branch. Yeah, this is like just straight wrong. Not the right thing. I already reported it to them. But okay. Okay. Back to doing this. So I think I'm actually just going to now one thing that I didn't do here, and I don't need to. My gateway just actually points straight to the service. It doesn't go to ingress. So my gateway here accepts here from hosts and does the TLS handshake. But then it just has this virtual service listens to that gateway and accepts for all hosts. This is like really lazy. I need to update this because I need to like actually have an ingress controller and break this up. But the nullbot doesn't need an ingress. It doesn't actually need a way to do stuff into it. I also saw another one. I haven't seen if this one got fixed, but count down from 5. And then count down from -5. Okay, so it actually corrected one thing. So it went from like -5 to +5 when in the one, but it's still counting up here. I guess most people would say consider going 0 is where you're when you say down, but down would be further down. I guess maybe this is a confusing question. To be fair. All right, we need a deployment. I mean, I think that's why I say I think it's a confusing question because when you ask for a countdown, it is to 0. But if you're asking to count down, down is usually more negative. I don't know. Honestly, if you said countdown from a negative, I would look at you and ask you what you meant, what you wanted me to do, because I'm not sure. So maybe they're right. Maybe it's smarter than me. So I know, Russell, you're going to have fun with this, but if nothing else, if we don't provide anything else, I want to provide this bot as a service so anybody can spin up their own instance of this bot. I think that would be fun. Once we've gone through all the work to make a bot anyways, we might as well make it leverageable by other people, but make it runnable on my cloud. But the next thing that I'd like to do from that is I was talking earlier in the stream, but since you're here now, what I'd like to do is I would like to rethink how we think of clouds. As I was saying, I think Lambda was created in 2014. And really, that was like the pinnacle of trying to solve the microservice problem. And I feel like we need a new paradigm and a new way of thinking of the cloud to actually do that better. I feel like this serverless has been kind of more of a catchphrase than it has been an actual thing. Now, what I was going to say is, see how all of these are just these YAML files? I could actually let you, Russell, run any container you want because we actually run in a secured kernel. So we're actually these containers don't share memory space. They're actually isolated from each other. And so I actually thought it would be actually pretty easy for us to do a container as a service. So if you want to run a container, basically we've templated out this right here. And if you template this out and commit it to the repository, it will run it for you with like an ingress, and we can make an ingress for it. So I think it would be actually pretty easy to do containers as a service. Now, I'm not saying that that is revolutionizing cloud software and how you run an application, but it's the least that we could do. It's a place where we can start. We can say, hey, we can run a container as a service on the null cloud. But from there, I want to rethink about what it means when I want to write it. Why do I write a microservice in the first place? And I know I've made a lot of videos on it, but why do I do it? And then how could we do it differently where we don't have all the problems of microservices, but we get also the benefits of it? Build it on this group's principles. Oh, I can share this. Sorry, I don't click links, especially from you. Straight into straight into stream. HMV. Let's check out what that is. I have not seen this. Hmm. I like this. This would be an interesting idea. To provide this as a service. One day I will do it and I will get K rolled. Hello people, I'm back cooking again. It will be a good day. It will be a good day. You'll I know you'll also go through masking you'll get like a nice redirect so it looks official. Yeah, it looks interesting. And like this also is something I was thinking of is like is a different way of looking at cloud computing and what you can do. I think while this is interesting, bringing this as a service will also be interesting as far as like how to provide this to people in a way that's easy to leverage. You know, one of the things that I think is difficult about stuff like this because like this looks really really good, and it is really really good and interesting. Like I'm not downplaying it. The microservice problem is not, how to do a sort. This provides sorting as a service almost, and I think like this would be a really cool thing to provide to as part of a feature of a cloud offering, is sorting as a service or things like this as a service. So I definitely think this is part of it, stuff that's not actually thought of. Hey, you have big hard things to sort, we have a service for you. You point us to the hard drive, we'll sort it for you. Done. And obviously there's other things than sorting that can work out for these things, but it doesn't solve the, hey, we have a scaling team that we want to do microservices because we each want to own our own little thing, but that puts so much overhead on this small little team, maybe not small, maybe medium, maybe growing, that it's just painful and hard to do well. Yeah, we can absolutely host this on the null cloud. That's what I'm saying. We'll provide this as a service. I don't even know that it would be that hard to do. I honestly don't think it will be that hard to do. Cool. What namespace? I made this nullbot namespace. This is horrible naming. Yep, that's it. Okay, so I generally agree with you, Russell. Those teams need to just adopt patterns until they have grown enough. And there's definitely ways you can break apart or you can write your monolith in such a way that in the future it's easier to break apart. I am a huge supporter of that fact for sure. I think, and therefore I am. I think my thing is like, is that the end though? Part of me wants to say that there is a better way to do that. That null bottom. Thank you, tab 9. I will take that null bottom. There we go. It fixed itself. It doesn't need to be on port 80. I'll just leave it on port 3000. It's not even listening on a port. It doesn't even need this. At this point, it doesn't have incoming traffic, right? You know what? I'm going to leave it. It doesn't even need a service, does it? Because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't have any communication. I can just delete its service. I'm just like blindly going through the steps of creating a new service, but it's not a new service. It's just a bot that's running. 1 second. I feel like it's wrong to not make a service for it, but I feel like I'm just going to not make a service for it. Yeah. Is that the slogan that we should put on the website? See if ChatGPT thinks that's a good slogan. But so the bot doesn't have any traffic coming in, not currently. I mean, if we're talking about current implementation here, it makes a connection, it makes a client, but it's not. It makes a connection and then it receives. I'm assuming it's a WebSocket. It's either a WebSocket or polling, like doing a long polling. Yeah. Because like this is just an event handler that happens. Like, so when I was running it locally, I didn't have to have a static IP address. I didn't have a publicly accessible area. This doesn't have to run somewhere where Discord can see it. Right. So like as the client, I don't think I need a service. I was making one just because I was, I was going through the motions. Sometimes I find that I blindly go through the motions, but I don't think I need a service. I don't need anything. I'll have a customization and yeah. Now, really, while I'm at this, I think this is it. Obviously, I don't have a container, so I gotta build a container. I haven't actually linked up to Docker yet. So I haven't set up Docker on this machine, so I can't push a new image. I'll do that off stream. The only thing I can think of here is we really don't have a good overlays. This overlay is really just like base and just production. I feel like I should probably spend the time here and make a dev overlay. And now we have two different apps in base. So really we should do I'm going to switch this to prod, and I'm going to change this to prod since I'm not doing develop. Rename. Yeah, I mean, I feel like in the future we could. I don't know. I've never built a bot before, so I don't know if there's ever a reason to let you directly interface with the bot. But I feel like almost if I did, I would make an API gateway or some API server, some RESTful server that I could hit that could authenticate, could do all those things that would sit in front of the bot, and the bot would just be there doing its thing. I think, if you ask me right now. All right, now we can. I like my files this way. It feels like a lot of template. It is a lot of templating. But it makes everything kind of organized. Base over. This is striking out. Overlays, dev. My goodness. One second. Wait, I forgot this. So this is going to call into this. And in dev, we're going to deploy let's see, 1, 2. Well, it keeps wanting to go with bottom. We're going to need a null bottom from now on. What would ChatGPT do? I don't know how to ask ChatGPT this. Let me try. How would you lay out customize for a Kubernetes deployment? I actually do agree with you, Russell. Like, this feels like where Tab 9 and Copilot could actually do even better. Like, they could just dominate the templated code stuff, like, or should. I broke ChatGPT. While we're waiting for that to return, I'm going to continue on making my deployment. Null bot. We also want to include the null web. Oh. It's going with webhook. It didn't quite get the pattern. It almost was there. So we got the null bottoms and the null webhooks. It tried. Now, in the end, actually, I know that I did all this work to do a dev and a prod, and in the end, actually, there's no difference between them. I'm running. I only have a prod. That's why I originally only had prod here, because I only have a prod. But I thought that since maybe other people would be joining, maybe we'll have a dev environment eventually. I also think that it would be nice to run dev locally, prod in the cloud. So when you run locally, I don't know. We'll see. I don't have money to do like the different environments, but definitely want to. And if this is to help people learn, I want to actually do things semi-right. Oh dear. It actually returned. Okay, this is an example of how you might lay out your customized files for a Kubernetes deployment. Bases, let's see, deployment service, staging. Yeah, no, I love kind, and that's what I was saying. When I said locally, I meant kind. Or I don't care. Whatever you want to use as a local, kind is fantastic. So should we go with this, where we don't have the overlays? We just do base, and base is literally dev, and then we. So the only thing that I dislike about this is then it means that there is no customization for dev or base. And so in my happy little world, in this way, base is like the very base deployment files, and then you have dev and prod, or staging, or whatever your environments are. Again, dev is probably I don't see them being divergent for a very long time. Like right now, I consider them to be the exact same. All right, one second. Oh, the other thing that I could have done here that I didn't do. All right, I've screwed this up. We'll have to do some more of this on Thursday. So what I don't have a ton of experience with this is Argo CD app of apps. I feel like maybe I should have leveraged this because I don't have where's Argo's example of it? Argo CD example. They have an app of apps example, right? One of these is an app of apps. They have this application of application thing. And maybe I should do that. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, no. I don't use Helm. Stick with me. I don't use Helm. I think Helm is great if Helm is great if you want to use it like apt, where you're like, hey, I'm playing on this cluster and I just want to install this thing and play around with it. I like Helm then. I actually don't use it in production very much. I'm not. To me, I always come back to every single time I've used Helm in production, I use Customize on top of it. Every single time. It just hasn't ever been fully able to do what I need to do. And then I'm always asking, like, well, if I use Customize anyways, why did I use Helm? Oh, you love Helm? Oh, sweet. Now we have a fight. Wait, what Helm are you thinking of? uh, oh, no, this is Kubernetes. We were talking about Kubernetes Helm. We don't have to fight. Two different Helms. We can hate one, you can love the other. You can stick around. Russell likes to fight, so don't tell him what you dislike. Don't tell him what you dislike. All right. Yeah. So okay. So for Thursday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look at doing this. This application of application. So actually, the two things that I need to make sure that I do is in Argo, I should have two applications. I don't want to deploy this as one application. Because the bot here should be its own application, and I want it to be managed separate from a sense of its deployment. It should be managed completely separate, and I was making a mistake here because I was slamming it into the same deployment. So this application, I needed to have another app here for no bot app. All right. Which means I need to break it out. This is where, like, I was coming to, like, I like it all here because it's in one place, but it's also a double-edged sword. I also have very little Emacs experience, to be honest. Very little. I've used mostly Vim. I mean, I was like a Windows C++ developer for a while, and then an Android developer for a while, and then Kubernetes. So I got late on my Linux start because, like, I did all the other stuff on Windows. Well, and then there was this weird time when I had to be cool, and so I had to use a Mac to do my Android development. I grew out of that. So what I'm going to do, yeah, okay, I'm going to, let's see. Ooh, what time is it? I don't have my phone. Oh, I have my computer here though. You are me. Wow, it's late for you, Russell. You use a Mac for a few weeks? I'm using Arch right now. Seems too many people come to install their own charts via a CI/CD platform. That CI/CD platform should be the thing configured to install the app. Yep, I agree. Yeah, this is Arch. I've not, to be fair, I am brand new to Arch, and I'm mediocrely good at Linux. Actually, I'm embarrassed about my Linux skill. Like I can get around, I can grep stuff, and I can do stuff like that. But I always feel bad about because I worked for a Linux company, but like I did their cloud stuff, and I mostly did some Go, and I wrote Go and around Kubernetes, and I wrote code for Kubernetes, but like I wasn't on Linux, and even for most of the time I was just on Ubuntu, and I just used the default stuff. So this using Arch is actually really good for me because I've been learning some stuff around kernels. so yeah, I've gotten I'm enjoying it. I finally got the network errors sorted out, so we have stable network. Oh, I should add Arch to the tags. You're absolutely right. Is adding Arch to the tags going to scare people away though? That's my question. There we go. Now everyone can know that my glorious. Should I add a Wes term to there as well? Oh. All right, so things I need to do before next stream. I need to build and push the containers. I need to build a GitHub action. Ooh, I should have a GitHub action that actually builds this and pushes this. That's not a problem. That will take 10 seconds. I can do that next stream. I can just do it on the stream. I might do it beforehand though. GitHub actions are not fun. Wait, did I misspell Kubernetes? So, fun fact, I'm dyslexic, so spelling is a little bit difficult. So yeah, I'm just straight bad at spelling. Maybe I fixed it. The Kubernetes, yeah. The biggest problem I have is a lot of people can like look at a word and tell if it's spelled wrong. I can't do that. I've never been able to do that. It's like one of the most embarrassing things because I can look at my name misspelled and it doesn't look wrong to me. If I look at the letters, sure, I can tell you it's misspelled, but I have to actually look at each of the letters. It's dumb. It's dumb. Anyways, let's see. Okay. Well, I wanted to get the whole deployment done, but this is not quite the whole deployment. It's a good start. It's a good start. I think we'll be going this way. I need to, let's see. We have this needs to be updated really quickly. I'm going to keep doing this. Let's see. It's in cluster. Yep. Namespace is the nullbot. Project. Yeah, we'll keep it a part of the same project. So if you guys don't know, Argo CD has this idea of projects. They're kind of cool because, so what I'm going to specifically do, and this is actually goes back to Russell, how I said I could make you run a container. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate project for basically my YouTube channel and Twitch followers who want to run a container on the null cloud, there's going to be a project specifically for them. And then basically the things are going to be put in that project, and the restrictions for resources and finalizers are all going to be in that project. And then we're going to use Istio to lock down the networking so that you can only access your thing. I'm not going to say to run a production workload on it. It's going to be a learning experience, and I think that we can do it pretty easily, provide a container as a service thing, which I think should be a great learning service for learning thing for everybody. And kind of cool, because then the null cloud will actually have something that's like a cloud service, like you can log in and actually deploy a container. How cool will that be? I think that's what we're going to do, is join Discord to get access. Obviously, if and when somebody starts to abuse the null cloud is when, we have to figure something else out. Like you have to be part of the Discord server for 6 months or something. Until then, I mean, it's the resources I have. We can fully leverage them as much as we like. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Join the Discord. You get access. I don't exactly know how to do that right now. Like limit based off of you joining a channel. I need to look that up. Is the Discord link below this video? It should be. It should be. I've just started streaming on Twitch. For those of you who just found me on Twitch, I do a YouTube channel. So I'm a little more accustomed to the YouTubing. I'm gonna. I actually like streaming. I do. Does make me a little nervous, but I do like it. Twitch. Let's see. There's me looking it up. No. That's the wrong one. We'll fix that. I'll fix that. Link is not down there. Don't click that. That's a trap. That's a trap. I don't think it is. Oh, wait. Maybe it is. No, it's the wrong one. I made a long time ago, I made a stupid one based off of my name, because like I just was inviting friends to it to like talk to them, and I don't know why it would point towards that. Actually, I can fix that right now. Let's can't I edit this? I can edit this. Me commentating on this goon stream. How's that? Most of the time people actually watch other people's streams. I watch my own streams and make fun of myself. You guys can get the infinite scrolling here. Infinite. It's the worst. Okay, well, I won't show you guys that. Star Wars, it's a trap. Oh, okay. Wait. I gotta figure out how to actually edit this. Here we go. Nope, not that. I want to edit panels. There we go. We're editing panels. I need to create a new link for the Discord. That's actually one thing. I need to make some emojis. I think that I can make. I get like a couple emojis, so we should make some emojis. No null bottoms though. Let's see. Friend requests. Where's invites? Oh, that would be a good idea. I like the idea. In the future, there could be a special link from your Twitch channel that goes to a page on the null cloud. Yeah, I like that. I want to make a video on how I set it all up, because like it's actually pretty cool how I have a highly available, you know, multi-server setup where, you know, I have load balancing. I'm using Metal LB. Like it's actually a pretty cool setup with everything that works, and then with routing that all through Cloudflare to give me that one security, as well as security. But it also, it handles all the certs and stuff like that, which I guess is also security. So all three of the security things. But it handles the ingress into my domain, which I really like. And so I need to make a video on it. It's probably going to be like a 20 or 30-minute video. But the thing that I wanted is I wanted something running on there. So we have to do some work so that you can log in and do something on the cloud before I make that video. That's where I'm that's where I'm at. I need you to be able to log in and do something before I make that video. That's my. All right, I'm making a new link. I can't find the old link. All right. Uh, there, I fixed the panels. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't have to be something big. Honestly, something like that where you can log in and vote on my next video would be fine. Um, we just need to have something there for them to log in and do. But I wanted, like, one of the reasons I wanted to do the null cloud was all the content and all the learning that we could do around running your own cloud and your own network. You know, eventually I'd like to buy some more networking to get like a layer 3 switch in there, because right now I just have dumb layer 2 switches. Um, there's actually quite a bit of stuff that we could do with it, and yeah, yeah. Anyways, we'll learn Rust, we'll learn Go, we'll learn Kubernetes. Yeah. Anyways, I am going to get going. I've been streaming now for a little bit. Next week we'll finish off this. We're going to do the app of apps pattern, so we're going to rejigger that whole deployment. The other thing that we're going to do with that deployment that isn't done right yet is, honestly, right now I want it to automatically, when I create an image, I want it to deploy. So I'm going to have to hit the ground running Thursday. Russell. I'm going to have to hit the ground running because we'll have a lot of stuff to actually do. Because I think Saturday, I want to actually just work on the website. I just want to use ChatGPT. I want to try for an hour or two to use Leptos. If that doesn't work, just stick with Next. I want to work on the front end. I don't know that we need a back end other than the Next back end that's running there. I think that's fine. And I need to think about authentication, how we're going to do auth. I kind of have a half-baked Auth0 support in there, which isn't bad. Auth0 support isn't bad. But I didn't know, like, if we wanted to do auth ourselves. I feel like the answer should be a resounding no, because that's like something I don't want to screw up. But maybe there's a different company. I need to tweet what people's favorite auth company is. Oh, that sounds good. I'll give it more than 5 minutes. I'll give it like I'll give it 20 minutes to like try to get something spun up and make a change to it. Um, yeah. And we need to do multiplexing in Wes term. I need to add that to my work. Okay. Work. I'm going to say I learned Wes term, but the new thing that I need to, they have like a Wes term multiplexing. All right. Cool. Thanks everyone for joining. I had fun. Hope you did too. Let me know how I can make this better, like spelling tags correctly. And yeah. I used GNOME Terminal for the longest of time, so like Wes Term is better than GNOME Terminal, so like I'm happy. I'm simple. Anyways, bye everyone.